WINTERSUNEXTRAS 2, because I saw your comment that you were saying about the free will thing. No, you got that totally wrong, man. Don't make assumptions like that. You'll get them wrong, right? So let me explain the free will versus suffering thing, right? It's not going to be for half an hour, but it might be. This is a bit of a more difficult one to explain, right? So I'll go slowly. Right, so the reason that there's suffering on Earth is because of people, right? The reason there's not enough food for the starving is because people don't share it. There's fucking tons of food all over the place, right? And there's tons of housing. There's loads of water. There's much more resources than we need. This Earth is bountiful, right? There's fuckloads of everything. But the way we organise ourselves in these cities where we cram all the people together, you can't possibly be self-sustaining when you've got hundreds of thousands of people stuffed into one little place, because there's no farming, there's no space for it, right? So you create a scenario where you need to bus food in from other places. And invariably, you're in a city, you've got loads of money because you're producing stuff and you've got tons of people there, you know, being productive and spending money, getting the economy going. So they're buying all the food from other places and bringing it in. So the other places where they're getting the food from, that's where the starving people are. Or it's not necessarily food they're getting, they're taking resources away from those countries, they're removing the opportunity for those people to actually produce something and buy food or make farms or irrigate or whatever they're going to do. We know that, right? We should admit that. Western, especially the UK, America, Australia, these kind of places, Canada, you know, the rich Western countries, we are responsible for the starving people that you mentioned. All these thousands of people with, you know, the African kids you mentioned that have no food. It's us. We take the resources, we take the opportunity, we're the ones that cause them to starve. That's what I mean about free will. It's our free will to do that. We take their opportunity away to have food and have opportunity for themselves so we can get richer. I mean, look at this t-shirt I'm wearing. I got this from Primark. It was made by fucking 9-year-olds in India, right? It cost me like £5. So I made the choice to buy this to save myself money, and in saving myself money, somebody's got to be paying that difference, and guess who's paying it? Those poor Indian kids that make this, who are getting paid like 20p a day, you know, working their little hands to the bone. By the way, I don't usually go to Primark. I do actually feel quite bad when I think about that. Anyway, I'm not going to get distracted, right? Free will versus suffering. So humans create the suffering, and it's their free will to do that. That's what I meant about free will creates suffering. So God isn't a slave driver, right? He's not just going to appear and go, right, you give back the money, you go over there and do it. He's not going to reorganise everything, like what I'm saying. He's not going to just make everyone into Jesus clones, so we're all perfect and we all do the right thing and we share and we help our brothers like Jesus would do, feeding everyone with a loaf of bread or, you know, whatever. But we could, if we wanted to use our free will, we could reorganise the whole society to invite in all these poor starving people and give them food. We could fucking do that. We've got enough stuff and enough money. We all shared it and had a little bit less, and we wore something a little bit less expensive, or all this stuff I've got here, I could sell it and send it back to India and buy them food or whatever, you know. It's my free will to not do that. I'm a selfish, flawed individual who needs God to be able to do that, because that would be the right thing to do, as I'm a Christian. And I still can't do it, right? So that's why I need God, because I know I've got that flaw, and I'm using my free will to keep it going and take the opportunity away from these poor starving people, right? So they don't have any option, but it's not God's fault. God has given us all free will. So it's our fault for using our free will in the wrong way. And hopefully over time we'll realise that things will keep getting better day by day, and we'll spread the resources out a bit further, and everybody will get a piece eventually. So there'll be less suffering generally, there'll be less starving people. Stuff will cost a bit more, but we'll be producing more to pay for it, and it will be like more people because it will be more spread out. And you know, it's like when you watch sci-fi and they've got the utopian cities. Notice how the utopian cities are not sky rises, they're not huge buildings. It's like nice grass everywhere, trees, birds of paradise, you know, peacocks running about the floor. It all looks lovely and spacious and well planned, right? So it isn't like what we have. Like if you look out my window there, you can just see house, 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 all the way for miles. This is just posh house after posh house after posh house. There's 2 shops, a post office and a church, and that's it, housing. How's that sustainable? It's not. There's no food. No food gets grown around here. No animals roam. There's no berries or, you can't, no one's growing fuck all, right? So we are taking from other places the stuff they need, and we're busting it here because we need it, and they're going without. So our free will should make us feel guilty about that, but we're humans, we don't want to feel guilty, so we're like, no, fuck that, I'll think about it later. Or I'll go to church and I'll atone for my sins and I'll say sorry, I'll have a little biscuit, chuck some money in the thing, and I'll go back to work feeling fine. That's what the church is there for. It's there to reduce guilt from people, or if they really want, it's there to layer the guilt on them to get them to change what they're doing and their behaviours and stuff. So, yeah, I did not mean to intend, if that was, or infer, if that is what I did, that free will is causing suffering the way that you wrote it in that comment. That is completely wrong. Like, I'm sorry if I led you to that conclusion. No, that's not what I meant. What I've just said is what I meant. So, like I say, now that I've become aware of God and everything else, I don't usually go to Primark. God actually led me to wear this t-shirt. Notice I changed it before I made this second video, and I just picked this because I was going to wear my blue beach one, and then I thought, oh no, I'll wear the NASA one I got from Primark for some reason. So he nudged me towards this so I could put this in the fucking video. This is the proof that you need, that we are taking food out of the mouths of these African children that you seem so concerned about, and you should be. I'm concerned about it too. Okay? So anyway, 6:41, that'll do, I've made my point. Yeah, go and watch the other video that I made for you, the first one, and then watch this one again. It'll make even more sense if you've got time. So yeah, and then tell me what you think. So someone subscribed a minute ago as well, some complete random just went, hello, new subscriber, and I was like, I'm not sure I actually want subscribers, but that's cool anyway, he's going to watch my videos, so yeah. But I mean, these videos that I'm doing, they're not monetized, they're not going to be. I'm not going to be advertising, I'm not going to be selling Ridge wallets or any of such shit like that, I'll leave that to the professionals. These videos are just for you, or this video is specifically, personally, for you, WINTERSUNEXTRAS, or whatever your real name is. I am speaking to you personally, so I couldn't give a shit if nobody else watches it. It's going to get 1 like, and that'll be you, hopefully. So yeah, anyway, go and watch the other one, then come back and watch this one, and then we'll talk about the free will versus suffering, and we'll be on a level pegging of understanding, okay? Cool. Speak to you soon. Enjoy.